when I finally got rid of my company, I was drained. My body was just, there wasn't anything there. I was exhausted. And then I wound up having 3 abdominal surgeries. The first one, they weren't even sure I was going to make, but I did, by God's grace, came out of it. And as a result of that, my body was totally depleted. After my last surgery, while I was still in Arizona, guy came by one day and we were switching books. I gave him a copy of my latest book. He gave me a copy of his. And we got to talking and he said, Nick, have you ever thought in terms of, taking better care of your health and so forth? And so he showed me this product and he had me take some of it right there. I went ahead and signed up for it and I used it for, I guess, maybe a year. And then I don't remember exactly what the circumstances were, but when something really works, sometimes you just stop using it. And so I did. I stopped using it. And what happened was that I didn't give it any more thought. And then I was talking to Guy one day, and I was explaining to him that I was really, I'm tired. I get up in the morning and feel like maybe I haven't slept. He said, well, are you still taking the swish? And I said, well, hate to tell you this, Guy, but I'm not. He said, well, you might ought to get back on it. So I did. I haven't come off of it since I came back on it. And I think it's been maybe over a year now that I've been back on it. And I've got to tell you what all's happened to me. I primarily came on here tonight to tell you that after my last surgery, when they did my blood work, it was a mess. When we left Arizona and moved to our current location, we picked up a brand new doctor. So he required a full physical. And when I went in to get the results of the physical, he said, stand up. I did. I sat back down. He said, how did you do that? I said, what do you mean? How did I do that? He said, if you could see your blood work, you should be horizontal in a casket. He said, it's the worst blood work I've ever seen. I said, oh, well, that's exciting. So he started giving me these various medicines and so forth and so on, but we were not seeing any difference. My sodium was down, my potassium was down, my magnesium was, everything was just a mess. So about 6 months ago, I went in for my annual physical and he looked at the blood work and he looked at me. He said, what did you do? Are you still taking that medication I gave you? I said, no, I'm not. He said, well, your blood work is perfect. He said, I wish mine looked that good. What are you doing? And I told him about this product. And he said, I'm going to have to check into that. And I said, you really should, because it really works. But also what I wanted to share with you, I heard people talking about the nails. I had never really thought about it. But as I was listening to those testimonials, I said, wait a minute, look at here. They're a lot better than that, and they don't break and chip like they used to. And the other thing was, I heard people talking about the hair. Well, I had lost a lot at one point, but after I started taking this, I'm not losing my hair anymore. And now, when you look at me, you probably already figured it out. I'm 199 years old. Actually, I'm only 82, but I do feel like I'm about 50. But my mental acuity, everything has really been a lot better. This product is a magic wand. Everybody in the world needs to take this thing. Of course, the only problem then is we'd probably have to find another planet for the population because we would never exit. But that's okay too. So first, I want to wrap it up by saying this. Guy, thank you so much for having me on. But most of all, thank you for being my friend and introducing me to this product. It, like my near-death experience, has changed my life. And I know now that God directed me to you. And we have so much in common. I can't express how much I appreciate everything that you do for me. And for everybody on the call, you are absolutely blessed by God by being a part of guy's organization. He and his wife are the most wonderful people I have ever met. And let's
Aw.
get real honest. Let's talk about friends.
All right,
My
all right,
oldest
all right,
friend,
Nick. I'm gonna cut you off.
okay,
You're
I have
making
to
me
say one
blush,
more
man. I'm
thing,
turning
if I
bright red
may.
here.
If I may, I have my oldest friend and I met when we were 4 years old. We're still friends. I have one other friend, and he's this gentleman right here. I have a lot of acquaintances, but I don't have that many friends. And what I'm going to tell you is this is the way to go. And tell everybody in the world that will sit still long enough to listen. Thank you for having me on the call. You guys have a blessed evening and a blessed week.
Oh, Nick, you're amazing. And we appreciate everything you have done over the years in your walk and for coming on here tonight and sharing your story. I hope a lot of people do take it to heart